Hi, everybody. Keep it going for Dwayne. Keep it going for yourselves. You guys must not like yourselves too much. So, how many people are here from, actually I can't even see too well. How many people were here last week, or the last time we did this? Oh wow, there's a lot. Do you guys remember me at all? That seems to be a problem in my life. So I went to go get a haircut because I wanted to look nice for everybody tonight. And I went to the same hairstylist I've been going to for 5 years now. And I go in there and she's really happy to see me, and I've actually never seen her this happy. So like she takes me in and she sits me down and she throws the tarp on me and she offers me some water. And then she's like, "Would you just like the usual haircut?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll take the usual. Like I've never been a usual guy before." I'm just like excited that she remembered who I was. So she starts buzzing along and then she's like, "So how's Aaron?" I was like, "I don't know because I don't know an Aaron." So, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought your wife's name was Aaron." And I was like, "No, it's Ellie." She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So she just keeps on buzzing. And then she's like, "So how many times have you gone up skiing this season?" I was like, "Actually, never. I've never gone skiing in my life. So I'll say 0 times. And then she just turns off the buzzers real quick and she's like, "Oh no, you're not Mike." And I was like, "No, I'm David, but nice to meet you." She's like, how do you want your hair then?" And I was like, "You know what, let's just keep going on with the mic because this guy's obviously memorable and I'll just sport his look for a while." Does it look good? Well, I don't know if this information is helpful for many people here, but I got it off of cost cutters. You can just go in there and ask for the mic. But yeah, I also found this out because I actually have a talent agent here in Denver because I try to act in Denver. You probably haven't seen me in anything because I haven't been in anything. But she obviously has no idea who I haven't seen her in 3 years. But I keep getting emails for auditions, so I show up. But so I went on one recently, and she has no idea who I am. So there's 3 roles for guys. There's couch guy, where I could just sit on the couch. There's sports fan guy, where I just cheer for a sports team. And then there's athletic guy, who makes other guys jealous. She sent me in for athletic guy, who makes other guys jealous. That's not me at all. So for the audition, what I have to do is run in place for 1 minute, just to show my athleticism. And so I go in there, and there's a girl in there too who's also auditioning, and she has to do the same thing, and she has to be fit. Unfortunately for her, she's fit. And so she runs the mile, and she's got a smile on her face, like not a bead of sweat on her head. And then they turn to me and like, "Okay, you start running." So I'm like, "Okay." So I start running. And then like 10 to 15 seconds in, like sweat's starting to fall off of me. I'm getting a little dizzy. And like my nose starts doing this wheezing thing. I've never heard it before. It's like, like it sounded like a kazoo, but one that was like completely out of shape. So I'm like, I gotta get into a better mindset here. Like I gotta at least make it to a minute. So I start visualizing like the finish line in my head, and like the song from Rocky's playing, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it to 1 minute. Like I'm just gonna go for it. And so like I'm in my head, and what actually was happening in reality is I started running in slow motion with my eyes closed. And so they stopped me because they thought I was gonna pass out. So I didn't get that role. But I found this out because I actually saw the commercial on TV while I was sitting on my couch watching a Broncos game. So, missed opportunity for them. Yeah, but I have actually gotten 1 role while I was with this agency in the past 3 years. So you could say my career is really taking its time, I guess. So I went to this thing and I was more of just like a human prop. And what I had to do was ride a water park ride at Elages because it just opened. and the press and media showed up just to like film it, take pictures of it. And so I show up there, and the people are already there. They're gonna be riding the ride with me. And of course, I show up, and the only other guy there is this beefy, very buff man. Like, he's the kind of guy that makes other guys jealous, because I was jealous. And then there were 2 supermodel-looking girls, me, and then 4 kids. And so they start coming around, and they start handing out the wet shirts that we have to wear. And so I'm like, well, I'll take a large. And then Mr. Muscle guy was like, I'll take a large. And I'm like, please, like, you see yourself? You're not a large. So, and this guy, obviously okay with his self-image, because he just starts taking his shirt off in public. And I don't know if this happens every time a guy like that takes their shirt off, but time just stopped. Like, everyone around just stopped and was like, whoa. Like, so he's just slowly taking his shirt off. And then he slowly starts putting on his wet shirt. And this thing's going on like saran wrap. And like, you can just see every ab and every vein popping out of his arm. And so I ran to the bathroom to put my shirt on. And so I'm in there, not the same outcome. So like, I'm putting my shirt on, and I get it here, but it's really loose, like around the arms and up here, and then it stops right here. Like, it looked like I was going through my shirt and just got clogged. Like, I was like, so like I kind of get it over the roll and it snaps in. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good. So like I'm sucking in and I run out. The coordinators see me, so then they give me an extra large shirt. And, so then they start to divvy up the rolls. And so they put fit guy with the 2 supermodel girls. And said, supermodel girls, they didn't call them that, that's what's in my head, but they're like, you're gonna ride with fit guy, and you guys just switch off, and you guys will go down the slide as the hot couple. And they point to me and they're like, you're gonna ride with all the kids. You're gonna be more like the single dad. I mean, that's the role I'm born to play, I guess. At least they had kind of understood who I was. But, so I ended up riding the ride like 25 times, got sick and went home early. I'm sorry. I just feel like nauseous. When you get on that ride 20 times, you're like, please, no more. Like, I was just ready to just put my head under the water, just like, take me away. Like, this is too much. So, it's nice though, because I'm married now. So my wife is kind of like forced to have to remember me, like, because I'm always around. Like, but what's a little concerning is that she started playing this video game called Fantasy Life, and on the video game she's single, rich, buying property all over the place. So I decided I'm just gonna sneak onto her fantasy life and sabotage it a little bit, because I can't have fantasy life looking any better than it does in real life. So I'm getting on there and I'm just spending gold like crazy, and I'm using up all of like the supplies, and I'm ruining the fortress. And then I have to stop myself, because like, man, what I'm doing to her in fantasy life is what I'm actually doing in real life. Like, I'm spending all the money, I'm using all the toilet paper. Like, I'm like, so maybe this is on me. Maybe I should just up my game a little bit here. So like, I started to work out again. I started to make some money by selling things on eBay, most of which were mine. I started taking her on dates that weren't to Costco. Things like that. But then what I realized is that it is a lot of work. So I just went out and bought her some more video games. Happy wife, happy life, right? I came up with that. Don't let anyone else think they told you that first. So, well, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much. You guys have always... Give it up for Dwayne and the other comments, too.
David Lewis, everybody.